Let me tell you a little bit about the Kajari melon. So it was during the lockdowns that I found myself watching a channel called Roots and Refuge Farm. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I do recommend it if you're looking for a fantastic channel. Anyway, Jess, who presents her channel, well, she was speaking about melons and a particularly special little melon called a Kajari melon, and it caught my attention. And she explained that this particular melon had almost like a fable behind it. It was such a perfumed, it was such a special tasting melon that people had spoken about it for many years, but unfortunately the seeds were very rare and it was thought that the seeds were no longer available. And so because the seeds were increasingly rare, and because this was a melon of fable, a seed explorer called Joseph Simcox decided to set about seeing if he could find some seeds. And so he dedicated the next 10 years in order to find seeds of this amazing little melon. He finally tracked some seeds down. He went all over the continent. I think it was in the Punjab area of India. He found a specialist seed merchant, and he not only tasted the Kajari melon, but he was able to acquire just a few seeds, which he then took back to America with him, as I understand the story to have gone. And he gave it to a company over there called Baker Creek. We don't have Baker Creek here in the UK, but Baker Creek are an amazing seed company over in America. And what they did was that they grew these seeds and salvaged the seeds from the fruit that they managed to grow in order to be able to increase the number of seeds so they could make them available to some growers. And rare as they were, Jess had managed to be able to get her hands on some of these seeds. And as I listened to the story, I was completely fascinated. I was fascinated because I'd never really made the connection before between the fact that seeds were actually passed down. They were passed down through generations. Seems silly now, doesn't it? I mean, my understanding of seeds was that you'd go to the local garden centre and you'd look through the packs of seeds by Thompson and Morgan or Fothergill's or Sutton's or whoever it was, and then you would choose the seeds that they chose for you to grow, and you'd bring them back and you'd grow them. It never occurred to me that families used to have their own seed vaults. The seeds that they knew would grow really well in their area, and their flavours that their family particularly liked to eat, and their most nutritious food that they could use in order to eat and drink and share and celebrate with families. And so I was thinking about this and I thought, oh, I'd really like to try that Kajari melon. Even if it were only once, how can I get hold of those seeds, and how would I be able to grow a Kajari melon? A Kajari melon's a sort of melon that grows in hot climates. Well, anyway, I got hold of some of the seeds, and the particular summer when I got hold of the seeds, well, it was very late in the season, far too late to plant them. And then the following year, I think we're now in sort of 2022, well, the summer wasn't warm enough. It wasn't until this year, really, that I think we've had the kind of summer to do a melon like this justice. And so I planted some seeds. Actually, I thought it was a Tigger melon I was planting. I must have written up the name on the seed packet incorrectly. Anyway, by fortuitous luck, what happened was I planted the melon. I grew them on the lines behind me, and in my last vlog I showed a picture of this little melon inside a mesh bag, just in case it dropped when I wasn't around to catch it, and overnight it fell into the bag. So when I came into the greenhouse this morning, I was greeted by the most heavenly perfume. This end where it was attached to the vine. What does it smell of? Well, it has a really soft, fragrant perfumed honeydew smell. And there's a little bit of absolute honey in there, like orange blossom honey. There's a tiny bit of almost very soft mandarin citrus in here. And when you look at it, and I know, all right, those of you who know Kajari melons know that this is a pathetically small one. They're usually much, much larger. This little melon, grown in Oxford, survived 4 major weather events, growing in a pot in my greenhouse. It is a survivor. It's a resilient little mighty melon. And what I intend to do in a bit is I'm going to go over to my son's house. My husband and I are going to open up this melon and we're going to taste it. And not only am I going to really enjoy tasting this melon for the first time, if it actually tastes the way it smells, it's going to be something that's out of this world. But I can also save all of the seeds. I now will have my own set of seeds for my own family seed vault. You see, this is much more than a melon to me. This is where my story, my rapture, my love of seeds came from. It was hearing about this melon and the fact that Joseph Simcox was willing to spend 10 years of his life to travel around the continent to try and find anybody that could let him have some of these seeds. Well, that made me think, you know, we don't have a family seed vault, or at least at the time we didn't. And so since 2020, I have been creating my own seed vault. And the seed vault, well, the idea is that me, my family, and the people we care about, as long as we have those seeds and we can grow them, we need never be hungry again. With the fragility of the food system staring us all in the face, we can't escape it. Those of us who have been growing for a while, anybody who wants to eat food, right? We're being told food may be in short supply. But actually, my family and my friends, the people that I care about, we have access to open pollinated heirloom seeds, just like this little Bobby Dazzler. And although it doesn't mean that we won't go hungry ever, it does mean that there'll be something that we can bring in from the garden on a regular basis, that we have not needed to rely on the supermarkets or anybody else to provide for us. So this melon means a lot. To me, this melon was the start of my family seed vault. And over the coming weeks and months, I'd love to be able to share stories about the different varieties that captivated my heart, and also about some of the taste profiles, so I can guide you to experiment with the heirloom seeds that you may be able to get your hands on. And then who knows, in the comments, you might be able to share some of your favourite varieties with me. I wish you could smell this melon. Look at it. It's an absolute work of art. Stripes of deep orange interlaced with stripes of dark lime green, and wonderful contrast from this cream colour. Absolutely divine. I've got 1 or 2 more growing on the vine, so I'm very excited about it. Thank you for letting me share this with you today. This is a really huge deal for me. It really is a really huge deal. Not only because today I get to taste this, not only today because I get to save some of my own naturalised, gritty little seeds. These are survivor seeds. But actually I can now add the Kajari melon to the seed vault that it inspired in me over 5.5 years ago.